I'm Nicole Reed. How do you tell when a boundary has been crossed, and what do you do about it? This is important stuff because we go through this several times a day, many times a day, more times than we even realize sometimes. So how to tell when a boundary is crossed is actually pretty easy. You get angry. Anger is a sign that something is not quite right? That your boundary has been stepped on in some sort of way. So you start to feel angry, maybe you start to feel frustrated and then angry and then rageful or, super resentful if this keeps going on, right? There's different degrees of this. It depends if it's a one-time thing. It depends if it's an ongoing thing, sort of an entrenched, constant stepping on boundaries. It also depends how intense that boundary is for you, whether it's a little one or a really big one. So the degree to which you'll feel angry and the type of anger and how that feels within your body will be a great sign to you of something is going on here. So that's the sign. And then what do you do about it? If you know what boundary has been crossed in that moment, you have an opportunity to then speak your truth. To say, hey, I'm feeling angry because this boundary has been crossed. And I'd really appreciate this instead. Not all of us have that presence of mind in that moment to remain so calm and to be able to state our boundaries. And so sometimes the best thing might be to just walk away from the situation, process the anger, really feel it through until the anger has lifted, because it's important to really recognize that something is going on inside of you. You want to accept that within yourself and not push it away. Because if you put, what you resist persists. So if you continue to be angry about how you're angry, then you're just going to be all in flames. So you want to actually address the anger first. And then once that has been processed and acknowledged fully, then you can get curious, get introspective. What boundary was crossed? Why was I so upset? This is a beautiful opportunity for you to get in touch with a need that maybe you have that you didn't even realize. This is a great opportunity for you to get clear on something that's really important to you or to figure out the nuance of it. So what's an example? Well, let's say you're working on a project. Maybe it's a work project. Maybe it's something you're working on at home. Maybe it's just, personal time that you're just wanting to be able to think about something or do something at home. So let's say you're working on whatever this project may be, and someone interrupts you, and you just really wanted focused, introspective, alone time for this time. Okay, well, if you're going to get angry at that person, just notice, okay, there's anger there. This person stepped on my boundary. Then you get to process that anger. And then you get to see, okay, well, what was really going on for me? Did I identify that I needed alone time? Yeah, I did. Did I share that I needed that? No, I didn't. I didn't actually tell them that I needed to be uninterrupted. Okay, that is what I could have done. So then you can go to that person and say, you know what, I just actually really need some focused alone time here to work on this project. And the person may be like, gosh, I didn't know, thanks for letting me know. And that's the end of it. And now you're going to feel better because you spoke your truth. Now, if the person, let's say, continues to push on that and continue to interrupt you, and then you feel angry, it's going to be a different level of anger, right? Because now you're not angry at yourself for not having spoken up. Now you're actually probably angry at them for pushing on your boundary. But you get to still hold that boundary, right? Because that anger is actually going to turn inward to yourself. You're going to start to feel a little bit maybe resentful at them, right? But really, it's on you to continue holding that boundary. So you get to repeat, as I mentioned before, I really need this alone time. What can we do to sort of set this up that it works for both of us? And then you figure out whether you need to be in a physical location, whether you need to put a sign on the door, whether, what is needed to make that happen for both of you. So that's one example. I'm sure there are many more that you can come up with. And actually, please feel free to share in the comments below some of the boundaries and, how you've been noticing what's going on for you and what works for you and really going in within yourself and figuring out what you need and how boundaries are working for you. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I hope you have a wonderful day.